Well, hey guys, it's March 9th, 2022. Start today with a question. Why do so many V8 guys just flat out hate Tesla? Since buying this about almost a year ago now, I got 19,000 miles on it, I have seen so much hate from my V8 guys, and I just kind of wanted to put down some of my thoughts on what I've learned and maybe what I can teach you guys. We'll lead it with gas pricing. I think today I saw on AAA the average price of a gallon of gas, 87 octane gas, is $4.25. Here's the pricing up top here. You know, for the price of 1 gallon of gas, you can drive this thing 150 miles pretty easily, actually. It's also worth noting, I am born and raised a V8 guy. We're all into high horsepower cars, Ford GTs, ZR1s, all these different types of Corvettes, Hellcat, AMGs. We love fast cars. We love high horsepower cars. I am a V8 guy. Here's my 03 Cobra doing a not so environmentally friendly burnout. And here it is, putting 931 down on the dyno. So give me a little bit. We're gonna talk about electric cars. They're a lot more fun than you think, I promise you. Let's go, guys. We're on the road here, guys. Got about a little bit of a dusting of snow. You know, almost kind of a preliminary point. A lot of belief is that electric cars are just awful in the snow. And that might be true. It is kind of true though. But this specific electric car, the Tesla Model 3, this is the dual motor long range model. This is an absolute beast in the snow. My guess is even with slippery roads like this, you could still rip off a sub 4 second 0 to 60, which we'll try when we get to the stop sign. But that's just the first point. That's a preliminary point. So possibly the most common hateful comment that I've seen, or hateful feeling, is the belief that for whatever reason it's un-American to own an electric car, or electric cars are themselves, by themselves, un-American. I've seen a lot of that from all of my domestic friends. You know, whatever they got, they look at electric cars and they hate them. They're un-American. Well, let me ask you a question. What if I told you, quite literally, the most American car by content available today is a Tesla Model 3? Here's the facts right there. Kind of surprising, right? They're all made, at least the ones in the United States, Fremont, California. I actually just saw another report on their Fremont plant, that the Fremont plant makes more cars in a month than any plant in America. That's pretty cool. I think it was 8,500. I'm gonna put that screenshot up as well. Hopefully I memorize my numbers right. So not only that, it's American by content, made by Americans. It's fueled with homegrown energy. How cool is that though? Let's be real. We're not driving on Russian oil. We're not driving on Saudi Arabian oil. Most of my energy in my state of New Hampshire, more than 50%, comes from nuclear by the seacoast. That's kind of cool. So I'm driving a car made by Americans in America, fueled with 100% of American energy. Of course, there's a lot of hate for electric cars, that electric cars are slow. Well, let's just see if that's true. Roads are a little bit wet. We're gonna do a 0 to 60. You ready? So we just seen a sub 4 second 0 to 60. I'm sure it's not 100% accurate. I had a draggy. I kind of lost my draggy on my Cobra doing a 60 130. It happens to the best of us. I was an idiot and had it outside the car. But let's be honest, they're probably a little bit faster than you think, right? And the reason why they are is the traction control systems are the best in the world. Because it's a direct drive, there's no transmission, and it's electric, you can make power changes instantaneously, almost directly at the wheel. And that's why it could be right on the edge of grip to get the maximum amount of acceleration without spinning the tires. It's a lot of fun. And, you know, brings into effect the Jeremy Clarkson effect, as I've coined it. You know, we all grew up watching Top Gear. We grew up watching Jeremy Clarkson, and they hated electric cars. And rightly so, because they sucked. You look at the G-Wiz. Let me put a picture of the G-Wiz for the guys that don't know that. I remember them always saying, hell, you had to pick between the wipers, the lights, or the heat. You couldn't have all three. Just not the case with this. I took this out in a blizzard, and yes, the range does suck, but it's still 150 miles, even in the worst case conditions. So it's probably a little bit better than you think. I think another really important aspect as to why a lot of V8 guys hate electric cars is something that I agree with the V8 guys, and that would be the banning of internal combustion engines. I've seen a lot of countries, I don't have the list offhand, but I know it's several countries and states that by this certain year, 2030, whatever it is, 2035, the complete ban of internal combustion engines. And I wholeheartedly am against this. I'm against any mandate, really. I mean, it should be up to the individual to make the decision. And even with the decision, I still decided to buy an electric car because I believe it's better. And I believe if you drove one, you would believe it's better. And it's better in a lot of ways. But I want to preface this by, just because I believe electric cars are better, that doesn't mean that they're better for everybody. Or they're, you know, you're forced to buy an electric car. I don't like that idea. It should be a free and open choice. You know, sadly, we can see that the way things are going, Russia, the economy, oil production, do you really think gas is ever going to go back down below $2? Probably not. Sadly, I think it's the other way. I think it's not unreasonable to expect $7 or $8 a gallon by next year. Is that going to make me not want to drive my Cobra? Hell no. I'm going to love driving that thing. But I can enjoy driving my electric car as my daily driver because it's fun, it's fast, it's comfortable, it's quiet, and it's cheap to drive around. For 1 gallon of gas, for the price of that, I can drive 150 miles. And, you know, a lot of people talk about charging. I don't want to own an electric car. It takes too long to charge. Yeah, you're right. Good point. They do take a long time. But let me ask you this. How long does it take your cell phone to charge? Do you know the answer to that? I don't know how long mine takes to charge. Because we charge it at night. It just doesn't matter how long it takes, because you put it on your charger or you plug it in at night and you wake up in the morning with a full charge. Well, electric cars are the same thing. As long as your daily commute is less than 150 or 200 miles, you are never going to need to charge it other than when you sleep. I like it. No more rushing to the gas station on the way to work or trying to get gas after a 12-hour day at work. It never happens. You just plug it in at the house. It's really great, okay? You know, people complain about the lack of noise. And you're right. I love how my Cobra sounds. Here it is, right here. No electric car is ever gonna sound that good. Ever. But I promise you, guys, just give this a try. For putting along in the daily, I love it. If Elon downloaded some software that gave you V8 sounds inside, I wouldn't put it on. I like the quiet that much. You know, I'm sure some of you guys like Joe Rogan. Maybe you hate him. I like him. I like listening, just learning. I love watching the podcasts with Elon. And, you know, he just says, listen, this is a paraphrase here. I'll try to find the actual quote, but this is a paraphrase. We either find a future with sustainable energy or we die. And it's not meant to be dramatic. It's just the truth. Electric cars are just sort of the future. As resources become harder and harder to get to, we're gonna need sustainable energy. We're gonna need solar energy. I think we need more nuclear power. That's a topic for another day. I hope you guys like watching this video. I'd love to read in the comments if I was able to sway anybody's mind. Okay? Maybe you learned something, and maybe you write down what you learned. Did you learn that they're more American than you thought? Did you learn that they're faster than you thought? I mean, look, the Tesla Plaid, Model S Plaid, I think the fastest one now is 899 at 156. That's insane. Wait for the Tesla Roadster to come out. Elon said there's literally gonna be a rocket, like a legit rocket, cold air rocket, CO2 rocket in the back. Quarter mile somewhere in the mid to low 8s. The future is bright, guys. I promise you, keep an open mind. The future is bright with electric cars. That's it. Till next time, guys. Man, I wish this thing would drift a little more, but it doesn't. Should have got the performance model. That's it, guys. Have a good night.